Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is the most money that I have lost in a 2-day span of my entire life. Now, I've lost more money, don't get me wrong, but in a 2-day span, I don't think I've ever lost this amount. However, we were trading with substantially larger size, so it comes with the territory. And in this video, I'm going to dive into 2 of the trades that I've taken, one of which I've been in that just got closed out, hit the stop loss, and the other trade that I did take, it was a day trade. I want to dive into both of these in this video just so I don't have to make 2, just so I can make 1. Who cares? Okay. So what happened? So let's just dive into the bigger picture here. Just got back from the gym and I'm like sitting here like, I guess it was the biggest losing day of my entire life to this point. I'm sure there'll be bigger days if you size up, and if all goes well throughout the next 5, 10, 15 years, there will be larger days. I hope there will be. And that's kind of just comes to the territory. But the S&P, as you can see, is down 4.2% on the day. Today, it's Friday. I'm filming this video. I'll probably post it today, so it'll be posted the same day. Yeah. So just pretty much in a straight up, downtrend. We had pretty nasty day yesterday, as it was on the back of the tariff announcement, which came here. That was on Wednesday. Thursday was kind of just like and then Friday, and then we had a gap down even bigger. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I guess it was Europe. When Europe opened, that's when we had this massive reaction in the U.S. markets as well. That was at around 6 a.m. Eastern time, which I think would put you around Europe open, I think. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. Whatever. Or some point, whatever. You get the point. No, definitely not. Because, yeah, no, it is. 6 a.m. our time would be like 6 p.m. Or, sorry, would be like around noon their time. I don't know, dude. I can't do my math in my head, but either way, markets across the world were moving around, and I think there was a reaction to that. Maybe there was other news. I don't know. I couldn't find news at the time. It's right when I woke up, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? So we're going down, and it's like, okay, great. The thing is, to set the stage, is, right, so this is what's going on past couple days. So you kind of have a little bit of FOMO. Do you have FOMO? I don't know. Like, oh man, these are big moves. The problem with these big moves is that look when they're occurring. Okay? Look at when the bulk of the move is occurring. This is after hours. This is pre-market hours. So bulk of the move is occurring in after hours and pre-market hours when there's generally lower volume. I mean, you can see, look how much volume there is. Not nearly as much as what we get during the day. So I don't really trade those times. If I do, it's like gold, it's Bitcoin on a swing trade and silver on a swing trade or something like that, which bigger stops. So I don't really trade that. So I'm sitting here like, huh. And then intraday, I mean, yeah, there's movement, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, kind of choppy. Now it is down, don't get me wrong, yes, but I don't know, that doesn't fit my strategy very well. It just doesn't fit my strategy very well. Okay, so while yes, which is fine, that's just life, right? You have to just understand. So that's why I haven't really been doing much. Today I did take an attempt. It did what looked like it was a good setup, and it kind of was, just didn't give me the full push that I wanted, and that's really what happened, which was the downfall of today. Let's talk about the trades though. So we had a trade. Well, we had talked about this one right here. This was down $3,000 on target. That was a trade that we had the gap down. We happened to be holding the swing trade through the tariff announcement. My bad. Go back to that recap, or you can go back to that recap video and see. That was on me. Now, as I'm thinking about it, this video is going to get posted the day after, a day after this actually happens, because I got to post that video first. So we're getting back into the swing of things. That was on me, and also it opened up lower than where my stop loss was. So it was one of those situations where I lost about $1,000 more than I planned to on the trade. So take the L, move on. And then today, we lose on the CVS. Also a situation where we kind of lost a little bit more than I thought. When I got filled, it was like 20, 30, maybe like 50 cents, 40 cents below my original stop. So not as big of a deal, but we did lose a couple $100 more on this one than I was planning to, with, again, the same kind of situation. I thought, okay, the way that, we'll talk about that chart. The way that it closed, it was looking fine. There was no reason to get out of the trade. Absolutely not. So there was no reason to get out of this one. There was no reason to anticipate the sell-off overnight, the gap down kind of overnight that occurred on CVS. But it happens. Like, it's kind of part of the game. I can't control it. I wish I could. If I could, then I would have been out, and it wouldn't have happened, obviously. But yeah, I mean, look at that chart. So here we go. Like look at the time. Now I was watching towards the end of the day. I don't think I watched the exact close of CVS. Maybe I did on Thursday, but it closed pretty much right around my entry point. So I was like, okay, whatever. Earlier that day, it looked amazing. Like this is making a new high of the year. I was like, holy shit, fucking CVS. Let's fucking go, boys. Like CVS, everything's getting destroyed. Let's rip it. Like, come on, let's go. This is a great sign. Usually when I have stocks that have setups like this that are doing very, very well in weak markets, if the market bounces at all, we rip. Now the problem is the market didn't bounce. Obviously, but it's a game of probabilities, right? I can't time when it's going to bounce. I don't know, but I just play the setup that I see. So I've been in this one for 2 weeks. It looked great, had this little upper wick, not the best of closes, but also like right in line with where it's been. Okay, fine. We open up today, and then it's pretty much at my stop loss, and I lose a little bit more than I planned. Not a big deal, but fine. So that was the CVS trade. That trade lost me $2,619. Now these are taken on the trade copier is not working properly right now. So like in order for me to copy the trades, it's a bitch. I have to enter them all. I have to enter them all individually. So I'm like, let's just trade the larger account for now. We'll eventually attach the copier and have all the other accounts going. Just 2 more accounts on this. And then anything I trade that's not stocks, there's 1 account that I'm attaching a copier to. Not a big deal, but it's like a 10th the size. So it's like, well, why am I gonna do that? But so that was a CVS trade. In the end, nothing to do there. Like there's just, that's just it. You just lost. Simple. I don't know. You can get all caught up in it, right? But here's the weekly chart. It's the time frame that I'm entered on. Did it have the best close when I entered it? I entered it on this week right here. No, it didn't close super strong. But then it's like nudging, and it just couldn't go. Market's been super weak. It held up really well, and it still is holding up really well in my opinion versus the overall market. Just didn't go. Simple as that. So that's the loss on that guy. And then today, so that sets the stage for today, right? So we're down like, nearly $7,000 on the week. We're like, oh fuck. Or I guess prior to that, we're down like almost $6,000 on the week. Like, oh, here we go. Then I lose about 1,000, a little bit over 1,100 on this NASDAQ trade. Dude, the numbers are funny. If you watch the recaps I used to post on my other channel, I put them here again because just to clean things up, and I want to post other types of stuff on that channel as well. So just more of like what do I like my shit versus like trading only. You know what I mean? So that's why I want to split things up. This is going to be trading only. So this guy's a downside play on the NASDAQ, which I'm watching this. Like I got back from the gym. I'm sitting there eating my fucking rice, beef, sauerkraut, and pomegranates and hot sauce. Dude, don't knock it till you try it. Put that in a bowl, mix it up. It hits. Like it hits. And it's freaking great for you. Like it's really good. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, let me just check the charts. Oh, fuck, we're going down. New low of the day. Oh, shit, here we go. And I'm thinking, okay, well, let's see. Oh, wow, the NASDAQ, I'm just taking a peek at it. It just I just took a peek and I'm like, oh, this looks really good. This is my setup. This is what I want to see, This one, you could make the argument that you had a breakdown right here, So I'm playing breakdowns and breakouts. That's what I do. For those not familiar, I have a strategy behind it, obviously, and I have criteria. This doesn't really meet the criteria perfectly because, well, yes, you had the higher volume break and it would have worked fine. Looking back, yes, it just was kind of like in between, relative high, relative low, and not putting pressure near relative low. I want to see pressure near relative low. That gives me a better probability that if we clear the relative low, we get a nice flush, we get a panic sell, or, on the flip side, a panic buy or a short squeeze, whatever you want to call it. And so you get momentum. Obviously, you're going to have fake outs. It happens all the time. But just putting yourself in better probabilities with the trend, et cetera, et cetera. That's what I like to do. And is it amazing? No, 45% win rate over the past 2 years, roughly. But I win substantially larger on average on my winners and my losers, so it makes money. That's just kind of where my head's at. So yeah, I'm hopeful to get that number, to make that number better, meaning like get it close to 50%, and then like if I can get my win rate closer to, or my average risk reward like a bit closer to 2 on average, we're crushing. We're doing great. But we're working on it, obviously. As any strategy, kind of you gotta roll with it, work on it, improve it, adapt it as time goes on. So I get the same setup though, pretty much consolidation right here, weakness near a relative low. I love that. That is my shit. That is great. I like it. Now, of course, you can take a step back and say, yo, dude, at the time, market's down 5% on the day. Do we really think we're going to go down 6 on the day to get to the target? I mean, you could say maybe, maybe not. But hey, I'm like, we've been down fucking 5, 4, 3, 2. I mean, every day it's down. I don't know. So are we in a rational environment right now? Are we like, can we use that logic? I don't know. I think I think it was a valid situation to take the trade, especially because it was a good trade. It looked good. So we get there. We kind of got almost halfway to my target. I was close. I was very close to moving my stop loss to break even. I'll be honest with you. But I left my stop loss where it was, and we lost $1,000 or $1,100. Not a huge deal. If it worked, it would have made like $2,000, maybe a little bit north of like 2,100 or something like that. Okay, fine, whatever. It wouldn't have made like this day as bad or this week as bad as it was, but we end up losing on it, and it is what it is. Not a big deal. I also size lower on these trades because it's a day trade, so I'm not going to risk. I would say you're going to look at probably in the ballpark of roughly 50 to 75% of the size on day trades compared to swing trades, because swing trades are going to take longer. I have better conviction. I have better data that has told me these work better for me. But my thought was this year to be strategic about the day trades, to take them when we see opportunities that look great, that fit the strategy, obviously, but to be pretty strategic about taking them. And then also when we take them, like take less of them, because I'm not looking for them every single day. I'm only looking for them in higher momentum environments. Like today is an example of like, we are in a high momentum environment. It just so happens that I happen to catch the bottom of the market of the day. We got the reversal, and now we have a move back up. I mean, how, you don't know. You don't know that at the time. So that's just what ends up happening in this specific situation. But I want to play on the higher trending days, and today, or the bigger trending days, and today was or is one of those days. It just so happens I get caught on this. Again, kind of confirming the thesis or the idea that, you know what, despite this move being down, right, it just hasn't fit the nature and the way that I trade very much. So we could take a step back. Now, you might look at this and go, holy fuck, dude, you're down so much. That gives away all your gains from the past year, whatever, 2 years, I don't know, whatever. Because I've been trading with so much smaller size prior to this month. And you can look at it that way, but I will tell you this is, you have to just trust the process. You have to trust the process. And also, like, there will be winners inevitably. Like, I will inevitably have a winner at some point. We only have 3 trades this month, and they're all losers. Not surprising. I've had a 10 in a row where I've lost. It's possible. Is it likely to happen again? No. I've had it though, so I'm used to it. So I don't. Well, the numbers. Okay, yeah, fuck. I mean, it doesn't really. I'm honest. I'm being honest. It doesn't really mess with my head very much. Not to mention, they are technically still on prop firm accounts, so it's even like more like it's not even really my money technically for now. I talked about how I'm moving away from them going forward. However, the way things panned out, they were able to kind of switch my accounts and help me out to make it make sense to fit my style based on changing some rules, which I thought were some BS things, etc. They helped. They did the right thing. And so I'm going to use them because I have them, but I'm also planning to build my own accounts out and do my own thing at some point in the near future. The idea, though, is still to use these guys in the meantime while we have them. So that's really the deal. So, you pack it all into it, and it's like, hey, you have a winner, and let's say I have a winning swing next week or next month or whatever. Who cares? I don't know how long it will take until I see an opportunity that I like. We might go and we might make 2 or 3, 4, or 5 grand on one trade, And so as much as this sounds like, oh my God, like it's possible that we can nail, 3 to 5 grand in one shot. And, now all of a sudden 2 trades and we're back green. So that's just the way that I've been trading. I've gone through this. These are on $200,000 accounts. So that's the sizing that we have. When we trade, we have more trades and we get in, a month, 2, 3 months into it, you'll have a much better picture of seeing it all. Obviously with a 0% win rate. Yeah. When you go back to last month, we had one trade on a tighter risk management. So the sizing of last month, we made like $1,300, but like, I was sizing a lot smaller. I was risking a lot less to make less than what we're making now, or less than what we're trading now. So that was the situation back then. But, I'm kind of covering up this, what this looks like, but this is what the thing looks like in the background of TradeZella. So you can't look at I can't look at the year anymore. I have to, it's everything now just begins April 1st of 2025. It's like there was before that period. Now it's after that period. So I hope that made some sense in terms of what I'm thinking about going forward. I mean, yeah, you could have made the argument that was a false breakdown and you could have gone long. Why did I not go long on that false breakdown once I got stopped out here is because it doesn't fit my strategy. I would do that in a situation, like it's possible to do that. The problem is that we are in such a strong downtrend. We have so much pressure to the downside that if I jump out to the bigger time frames on the NASDAQ, like it does not make any sense for me to do that. Because if I do that, that is me violating like one of the main rules of my strategy, which is like trading with the bigger time frames. And so the bigger time frames are saying this, I'm not playing the false breakdown. Now, if the bigger time frames were saying, for example, a couple weeks ago, we're saying this, and we had, intraday a false breakdown set up somewhere up in this ballpark, then that's valid, yes. But it's not right now, so I'm not going to do it. Just, again, probabilities. Now, this one might work. It might. But the probability of me getting it to work multiple times or of me getting it to work half the time and then be able to manage my risk around that is lower, so I don't do it. That's the whole idea behind it. Again, I just think in probabilities. I keep it as simple as possible. You think in probabilities. What's the probability that we're going to bounce? What's the probability that we're going to do this? What's the probability we're going to do that based off of my stats, my data, my this, my that? What's the probability that this breakout works? Well, based off of my stats, if we are trending up, we're near a relative high, we're consolidating like this, we got a high volume candle on the breakout, the probability that breakout works is actually pretty good. Maybe it's 50%. 50% is all I want to get. If I can get 50%, I'm good. So that's the deal. That's the recap. I hope that was somewhat helpful and I explained everything. If you want to use TradeZella, I'll leave a link to TradeZella below. Code TC10 saves you 10%. And I'll see you guys in the next recap. Hopefully the next one we got to win. I have no trades open right now. So hopefully the next trade recap we have a winner. But you never know. Will it be a day trade? Will it be a swing trade? Probably I would lean towards it being a swing. But at the same time, you never know. If we have some aggressive days next week, we'll see. Could be opportunities for day trades. But I'm just not like, it's gotta slap me in the face looking beautiful. Like it's gotta be, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be some BS. Oh, this looks kind of good. No, I'm not gonna do it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So there you have it. See ya. Peace.